So there comes times where you have opportunities that present themselves to you, and I find that I can be someone who passes on them too often.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's not because I don't like. I mean, it's an opportunity, so it's a good thing. But
Right.
but sometimes I don't always take it, and that's a fault of mine.
Right. When opportunity knocks, you pretend you're not home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I shutter the curtains. I
Yes,
turn off all the
exactly.
lights.
Hide under the couch.
Yep,
Yeah.
under the couch. So,
Yeah.
but this time an opportunity came up, and I didn't do all of that. In fact, I ran to the door, opened it up, and
Ooh.
welcomed the opportunity with open arms.
Very
I
nice.
sat it down on the couch. I offered it a beverage.
Wow.
Yes.
Warm or cold?
Well, I asked that, and it's been really
Okay.
hot out here in Wisconsin lately.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it went
so
for cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
But this opportunity was the chance to go on a road trip this summer with my wife.
Oh, cool.
So our schedule is actually perfect for this sort of thing. She is a teacher, and it's summer, so she has off. She's got off for a
Perfect.
couple of months. I have a job where I work from home and can technically work from anywhere.
That works perfectly.
Exactly. So we're not tied down to anything. So
So you can just pick up and go when you want.
yeah, exactly.
Well, as long as it's summertime.
Right, yeah, as long as it's summertime.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could technically pick up at any time and just do whatever we wanted, but she kind of needs that job.
Right.
So-
She might get fired.
Yeah. So no opportunity during the rest of the year, but during the summer, we have that
Very nice.
opportunity, and we've had it for actually not that long. I mean, we had it last year, but I had first started my job. You know, it was the first a couple months of my new job, so I really didn't want to do anything like that. But this year, we're there. We're in a place that it works for, and we decided to do it. And
So where's this road trip going to take you?
all right, so first,
I'm in suspense.
right, first we started talking about. Sarah was talking about going west. Okay,
Okay.
there's plenty of stuff out west, but you have the states are bigger, and it's more driving to get to stuff.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, let's go east." I had
Everything's
been
closer together.
exactly. I had been to the east with my family years and years ago. I was a kid. We took we had a camper at the time. We took a camper out. My grandma and grandpa were with. It was a great time. I think I don't really remember. I
Right.
was pretty young.
Yeah.
I remember bits and pieces, but I always remembered that I had a good time. That's what I came away with. So we decided we were gonna go east, and mind you, we decided this within like 2-3 days. It was, you think
Okay.
we should do this? Yes, I think we should. And then, oh, we're doing this now. This is happening.
So do you have it mapped out?
Yeah, we leave in. Let's see here. Today is June 17th, and we leave in exactly 2 weeks. We leave on July 1st.
Okay. Very nice.
We will be gone until July 15th. So this is a long trip.
That's good. That's a long trip in a car.
Yeah. And it's going to be a mix of sleeping in the car, because we want to make it as cheap as possible too.
Yeah.
It'll be a mix of sleeping in the car, staying with friends who we know over in those various states,
Okay.
and camping. So
Awesome.
we have those three. So what we're gonna do?
That sounds fun.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave Wisconsin, go up through Michigan and into Canada. So we're popping up into your country.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sadly, we're going in the opposite direction. See, like when I
Yeah,
think
but
of Canada,
you're going.
it's like one big state. So I'm like, oh, we're gonna be right by Dean. He's gonna be right
Yeah,
there.
just,
We'll get up
come
there,
on
and
over.
Dean will just welcome us. Dean and Laura will be there, and be like, hey guys. No, that won't happen. It's a little far.
Yeah, we'll be we're waiting at the border for you.
Yeah.
Now you say you're going through Michigan
Yes.
into Canada. So are you going into Sault Ste. Marie?
I don't know. Is the
Okay, so there's a Michigan border
right?
that brings you into Canada, and the city right there is called Sault Ste. Marie, and that's where I used to live.
Oh, so probably.
Okay, you could go see my old house.
I could go see your that. You know what? It's a road trip. We want to see as much as possible. Give me the address.
should.
We'll go see. Like that's
You
top.
should.
We're heading to places like D.C. where we'll see the Jefferson Memorial. We're heading to New York where we'll see Statue of Liberty, and we can head to Dean's old house.
It's up there. I mean, it's pretty close, if not above those things.
So where?
It's the spot.
Oh, I actually brought up a map here as
Okay.
we talk about this, and
Okay,
you're where you said you were in what?
it was
place?
Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie, right on the border.
Yeah, right on the Michigan border, like basically in the middle of like where all the Great Lakes connect. All those three of them.
Okay, so I have
like right in the
zoomed
middle.
in pretty far,
Yeah.
and I don't see where this is. I think you're lying.
No, it's there,
place
man.
doesn't
I
exist.
lived there.
I don't think
didn't
you
dream
did.
it up. I did live there.
Um,
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Are you at the point where the lakes meet?
I'm at the point where we need to move on from this because it's not good podcast. So,
Fine.
we'll cover that later. So we go through Michigan because our first stop is going to be Niagara Falls.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine,
And,
yeah.
and it's way more interesting from what I remember on the Canadian side.
Yeah, we just went there this past, I guess, I don't know, it's a couple months ago, maybe in October or something. And it was pretty nice. We were on the Canadian side. It looked like we were having more fun than the people on the American side.
There we go. You guys probably usually are having more fun than we are.
It could be a thing, yeah.
So that's going to be a short stop. Though. It's Niagara Falls. Like, how long do you really want to stand there?
Oh yeah, you don't need to be there that long. It's just nice when it's actually better when you're there for a shorter period of time.
Yeah.
You don't get sick of it.
So we actually will stay the night right over the border because it'll probably be cheaper if we stay in the U.S. I don't know. Actually, no. That night we're actually just sleeping in the car because it's the first night. Whatever, we're gonna stay in the car. So then we're going up into Toronto the next day. We're gonna keep going the Canadian side.
Nice.
We go up to Toronto and
Very nice.
and up to Montreal.
Okay, yeah. Montreal's supposed to be beautiful. I haven't been there. Laura went to school there.
Oh, fantastic! I can go see Laura's old school. See, why am I taking?
Oh man,
I
you
should
got
be
all the
taking,
great
like,
spots.
The Dean and Laura history path.
At least those two. I mean, if you're crossing the border at Niagara Falls, you're actually not really close to Sault Ste. Marie. So, don't go see my old house. It'd be quite out of your way.
No. We'll pass your house, but we're driving through. Or is it up? I don't know where the hell we're going. But after that, we get into Maine, and we stay 2 days in Maine. There's a couple of things I want to see out there. One, Stephen King's house is out there. It's kind of cool. I'm a Stephen King fan.
So you are stopping at people's houses.
Yes.
So I feel like mine should definitely be on the list. Then. Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
So spend a couple days in Maine, then we popped out and hit everything. So
everything.
We go into New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York. We'll be in the New York City area, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, all of it, Rhode Island, and then we will do Virginia and Washington D.C.
That sounds great.
We'll end our trip in Washington D.C. We'll be there for about 2 days, and then after that we drive back home. So from D.C. to Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, you and I, we have a friend who lives in New York.
We do.
Who was a guest on our podcast.
Yes, he was.
Patrick. He was a guest on our show back in episode, I don't know what.
The Max.
The Max, yeah. Probably 13, maybe 12.
Sure.
Are you going to visit him?
That was the plan.
Excellent.
He will be in Florida that weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. So that made me sad. I'm like, it's the first time I'll be able to meet Patrick. You know, we've talked to him for years now.
Yeah.
Nope, he'll be in Florida. But
that's too bad.
But he did offer his place to us to stay.
Okay, that's
So he's
nice.
gone. He just has to check with his roommate still. And my fingers are super crossed that his roommate says
Yeah.
that it's okay.
Yeah.
Because if we
That
don't
would be
have
great
to
if that
pay
worked
for
out.
because first of all, we're not sleeping in the car in New York City. And
No, I wouldn't.
no,
No.
We're also not staying in a super cheap hotel in New York City because, I mean, it's probably applying a lot of like stereotypes about the city, but I like living. So
Yeah, basically the same as sleeping in your car.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if he can score us that place, that would be awesome. That'd be great.
I mean, dude, when you're in Canada, you can probably just drive up to anyone's door and ask them if you can stay the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. It'll be
Maybe
fun.
I'll try that.
If someone did that to me right
Can I
now,
stay?
we let them in. Yeah.
So I think what
Hey,
we
we're
need
on
to
we're on a
do-
road trip.
I know you just bought a house. Okay.
Yeah.
You just bought a house. You got all
Yeah.
you're all moved in now?
Well, basically, I still have to move. I have to move a few things over.
Okay.
But
Pretty much
we
unpacked?
basically have everything.
Or is it
else.
still
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
still living in boxes?
No, there's boxes around, but like
Oh, there are
it's,
still boxes?
There are still boxes.
Great. So what I need you to do is put everything back into a box because I need
Okay.
you to move to Toronto
Right.
and then we can stay with you in Toronto.
That would work.
Yeah.
That would work great. Actually, I have a friend who lives in Toronto. I'll just tell him you're stopping by.
There we go. So move to Toronto, and you got about 2 weeks to do this. So
Okay.
there's a little bit of a crunch factor, but pick up.
It should work. I just have to take probably some vacation days from work. I could probably commute from
I
Toronto.
was gonna
to
say
work.
it's Canada. It's all one place.
Oh yeah. It won't take very long to get from Winnipeg to Toronto.
I wouldn't think so. I see it on the map
No.
here, and it's like it's only the
Yeah.
size of my hand. How big really is my hand?
Well, you're a big guy. Your hand's pretty big.
Okay, fine. Let me.
Your
check-
hand is about a 30-hour drive.
Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Here, let's do this. I'll zoom out, and now it's less than a finger.
Okay.
So, I think you can
That's not
handle
as-
less than a finger commute.
It's really not. It's not that bad.
No. So yeah, we're still in the process of planning everything. Sarah and I are in control of certain cities. What we'll do there, doing the planning.
You're in control of cities.
Well, okay, doing the planning for what we'll do.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
So
okay.
she right.
I thought you were.
Yeah, no.
I thought this was a conquest, and you were going to take control of the cities you're
That's what's
visiting.
going to happen. I'm going to DC.
Okay. Wow.
And
Taking over.
I'm taking. Actually, I probably don't want to say that because they'll hear that and think I'm.
Yeah, don't get that on recording, man.
No. We'll edit.
You just got to throw in a JK.
We'll edit that out. I'm
JKLOL.
kidding. I'm kidding, everyone. DC,
Yeah.
I'm not taking you.
No,
I'll take,
but
like,
Maine.
Boston.
You're taking Maine.
Yeah, I'll take Boston.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bar Harbor, Maine, things like that.
Oh yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the DC days and I think the Boston days. So it's going to be a lot of stuff to do in 15 days.
Totally. It's going to be awesome.
So we're going to be moving a lot. But like Sarah said, we can sleep when we get home.
yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited for it right now. And I feel like it is an important step for me that there was the opportunity and I took it.
Opportunity knocked, and you invited opportunity in.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
I do wish I knew what the door looked like, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that right now.
I was thinking about that too. Didn't want to bring it up, but
Well,
because your
of
story
course
was
you
so
didn't
nice.
want to bring it up because you don't describe doors.
No, I don't like. Honestly, I'm just not a door guy.
You know, different strokes, different folks.
Yeah.
Welcome to the First Last podcast with Alex and Dean, where we pick a TV show, any TV show, really.
Anyone.
Yeah.
It could
Well,
be
okay.
any. Well, it has to be
It
finished.
has to be finished. It can't. They
Yeah.
can't be making new episodes of it. We take that
Right.
show, we watch the first and the last episode, and from that, we rate the entire series. We tell you what the entire series is about, and that's because we have become experts at the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously,
Yeah, and we're what 16 episodes into this now.
this would be episode
There
16.
we
Yeah.
go. People probably know it by now, but if you're new, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we did. We did that before for like
Yeah.
14 episodes.
And you know what? We're gonna have some more shows, so
Is what we
that's
will.
what we're gonna continue to do.
Exactly. But before we get to that, and again, you already know the show that we're going to talk about because we put it in the title of the episode. You know what we're talking about. But
yeah, I also know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so because we are experts at this show.
Oh, totally.
But for whatever reason, we still like to pretend that you don't know and that we're lording it over you. Oh, maybe I could control a city. I feel like this is small scale. Like I've been practicing with this show.
This is your prep work. Exactly.
I like it. So we'll get to the show part, and you're like, shut up, just get there. No, this is our show. No. You get to listen. We'll get there.
We may never tell you the title of the show.
You know what? There will be an episode eventually where we do that.
You know what? Make a drinking game out of it. And whoever can guess how many minutes into the show we are actually going to say the name of the television show, wait, how do drinking games work?
I think you win a drink? Here we go. For every minute that we don't say the title, you have to do a shot.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Right. So
let's not say it.
So if you're playing along today, you are about 16 shots into this, so you're probably dead.
Ooh. You should go to the hospital and get your stomach pumped
right away.
Hit pause.
No, don't hit pause. You can listen to us as you go. Because
very
you have to
true.
continue to take shots. We still haven't said the name of the episode.
Oh yeah. You can't drive yourself to the hospital. You're 16 shots deep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So find someone to take you to the hospital. Bring the booze along. You're not allowed to drink in cars, but it's okay. Just tell them you're listening to our podcast, and we said that it's fine.
Yeah, they'll know. Just say Alex and Dean from First Last Podcast said it's okay.
Right.
They'll know.
You'll see it in their eyes. A light bulb will come on. Oh, Alex and Dean, First Last Podcast. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So right now, 7 seconds ago, you should have taken another shot. Did you? I
didn't.
No, not you. We can't take the shot.
Oh, okay.
We have to stay sober.
Oh, right.
Because
we got to perform.
We're doing the educating.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we can't do it this time. But what we could do is listen to the show later and do a shot for that. But then I feel like it's kind of spoiled because we'll know what time it comes in.
True.
Yeah. So it doesn't work for us.
We'll already have it lined up. We already have it pre-poured.
Right.
That's no fun. That's not really a game anymore.
No, that's just
drinking by yourself.
That's binge drinking.
That's just lonely.
Yeah. So, in about 10 seconds, you got another shot. So 7, 6.
Pour it out. Get it
5,
ready.
4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Take it.
Shot.
There you go. Whoa. All right. You got about 50 seconds until the next one, so
you can recover a bit here.
No, but before we get to to what show we're talking about tonight or today, I say tonight because I'm used to the comic the comic podcast that we always record at night. It's almost 11 a.m. right now. We're recording this at a different time.
It's early.
So I guess if you're listening to this show at night, then that made sense. If you're not,
very true. Yeah. So I think we should say today and tonight from now on.
There we go.
Because we don't know when it's being listened to.
Nope. So before we get to that, though, Dean, you have another... For the last 2 weeks now, you have been running your jokes by me. And I have been... I don't want to say critiquing exactly, but I've been offering you helpful pointers on how to improve your shot.
Yeah.
How to improve your joke.
That's exactly it. I would say improving. Not critiquing really, but improving the joke so that when I go to the club, I get the laughs.
Right. Now, have you been to a club since?
I have. I have been to a club and... Okay, so I've learned kind of the lingo a bit in the clubs. So when you go up on stage, you can either kill, which is a good thing. In comedy, killing is a good thing.
Okay.
Or you can bomb. And bomb is a bad thing.
Gotcha.
So... killing is laughter and bombing is silence. So far, I'm bombing.
You're bombing, which is a bit...
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on. Don't bombs usually... Bombs can kill multiple people, right?
I know, right? It's very confusing. Like if I keep bombing, am I eventually going to be killing?
I would think so. Unless you got a shitty bomb.
if you get the bomb in the right spot, eventually you'll be killing.
Exactly. So if
It's
you
really
need
just
to
about my
pre-plan
placement.
your bomb. You need to
Yeah,
go in there
yeah, it's just-
expecting to bomb. Have that plan ready.
Yes, and so that I can get it in a largely populated area.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So I thought, since I've been bombing, I thought I would try to mix up my delivery and try a new style of comedy.
Okay. All right. So
So
hold
that
on,
I can
before-
try to
a
kill.
new so up until now, you haven't really been doing comedy. So now you're going to try comedy?
Exactly. Now I'm going to try. So you gave me a couple good pointers. The pointers were tell jokes,
Yes.
right? If you're trying to be funny, tell a joke. So that was the one I took to heart.
Good.
I'm going to... Before, I would say my style was guy annoyed with things.
Kind
Right?
of like a
And I
Seinfeld.
tell it-
You're a little bit of a Seinfeld.
Yeah. Exactly. Kind of like a Seinfeld.
Shot.
So so this time, I'm going with sort of a deadpan
Oh.
observational delivery.
Okay. All right.
Of jokes. So I actually have 6 jokes lined
Whoa.
up that I'll just go
Whoa.
joke. I'm going to hit you with them all, and hopefully one of them
You got
gets
these
you.
lined up like shots to continue that.
I
metaphor.
do have them. I do have them lined up like shots.
All right.
And
Shots, kill,
after
bomb.
6 of them,
This is a very violent profession.
it really is. I mean, there's a reason why not many people excel at it. Not many people are the violent people at heart.
Right. And you are. You are. Being
Oh,
Canadian,
definitely, yes.
Canadians are notoriously violent.
Definitely, yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
So, Is Dean Funny this week is titled Jokes.
Oh, okay. So you got
Yeah.
original for this.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Okay. Ready?
In 1-0 shot. But yeah, go.
Okay. I went to a steakhouse where you can stop in early and pick out the cow you want to slaughter for your meal. It's called Natural Selection. I saw a pregnancy announcement post on Facebook. It was hashtagged Rainbow Baby. I did not know the medical field was so advanced you could tell you're having an LGBTQ baby. I'll be looking forward to the sexual preference reveal party. I like when a gorgeous young woman marries an old man and things work out. He dies and she becomes rich. Tale as old as time. Have you ever seen that cute video of a bear playing with a dog? It reminds me of when I mix my peas into my mashed potatoes. I saw a commercial for a show called Lie to Me. I did not know Pinocchio had a sex tape. I went on a date the other night with a gorgeous young woman. It was going really well, so at the end I asked her, your parents' basement or mine? She's now dating my dad. I hope things work out. Shot.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes or no? The past 2
Yes.
weeks, I have
Oh.
been... Yeah, no. I got to ask the question first.
Okay, I thought it was just like a 50-50 thing, like just pick your favorite. I picked yes.
You know what? I think you picked the right one, even.
Okay.
The past
Okay.
2 weeks, I have been very... I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this.
Disappointed.
No.
Unimpressed.
Okay, so these are all things that are true, but not
okay.
what I was going
Not the
for.
word you're looking for. Okay.
Right. I feel like I've been handling you with kid gloves.
Gloves are coming off.
Yeah. I've since peeled away the gloves. They're off.
Okay.
I chucked them
Okay.
in the
Let me
corner.
prepare
And
myself.
here's the thing. Okay. Is that okay? Is that okay if I do that? Because you want me to be real,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Are you taking off the glove and slapping me with the glove to challenge me to a duel?
No, I told you I tossed the gloves in the corner.
Okay, in the
Yes,
corner. Okay,
I've pitched
good.
them aside, and okay. So you said you were gonna be funny.
Well, I asked if I'm funny.
No. You said I gave you the pointer to be funny.
Jokes, yeah.
Tell jokes.
Jokes. I tell jokes. Yeah, I told jokes.
you?
Right?
Because I feel
Yes.
like, again, you were just pointing out things. Like, we had
Hmm.
the same problem last time when it was the what's new, and you just started describing things that are new. And here, it was just a rambling on of things that are just things. Like, people already know these things. I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe I don't get what a joke is.
I'm thinking you don't either, because I'm going to be honest, this has been the worst week so far. Like, I don't feel like you made any progress. Everything that I've told you has just gone in one ear and out the other.
Well, this is good. This is why we do this.
Well,
so,
I thought so. I thought it was
Yeah.
until you just showed me that you don't give a damn about the things that I tell you. I try and help you, and you don't care. It's like you don't listen to me. You have your jokes all ready to go, but when I give you and you know what? I think it's time to say it. When I give you my critiques, because they are critiques, if you don't use them, it feels like you're wasting both of our time.
Yeah. I thought I used it. I thought I told jokes. I get what you're saying.
Did you hear me
Okay, so
laugh?
you know what?
No. Okay,
no,
yeah,
not once.
Not once.
No.
And it's not like I muted my mic or something to stifle my chuckling.
I didn't even hear you breathe.
I didn't chuckle. I didn't
I thought
chortle.
I thought I killed you with the jokes because I didn't even hear you
I'm pretty sure
breathe.
my pulse stopped around joke 3.
So I killed.
No. This
No.
time,
not
you
what that means.
planted the bomb straight into my chest, and it exploded. And
I
killed me.
bombed in your
killed
chest.
me, literally.
That's not
No,
good.
around joke 5, my wife walked in.
I don't.
Muted the mic. The mic was muted for part of it, and she had to resuscitate me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my wife brought me back to life.
So I don't know much about comedy, obviously. And yeah, obviously. And I think that's not good.
No, it's not good. Okay, to kill, yes, that's good. Okay, in this sense.
To kill, yes. To kill, yes.
Is good.
To kill is good.
Not literally. You're not supposed to literally kill the listener.
Right, of boredom.
Right. And it wasn't...
They die of boredom.
It wasn't even boredom. It wasn't boredom.
Oh, no.
Like, it wasn't... I didn't care enough to be bored by your jokes.
Okay.
It was... I feel like it was something more than that killed me. It was just the apparent lack of effort that you put into this.
Yeah.
So...
Okay, so you know what? I think I need to go all the way back to the drawing board and figure out what is a joke.
You need to go back to the drawing board and burn the drawing board. Okay? Because whatever drawing board you're working off of is
wrong board.
crap. It's the wrong board.
Okay.
Do
you have any starting points?
And
do you have any starting points?
One. You bought there's the joke board. And then the non-joke board, and
the pile of turd board.
Yeah, that's the board.
I grabbed that one.
Okay.
See, I thought that in itself was a joke, a pile of turd board. I don't get comedy.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna put those kid gloves back on. One sec.
Okay.
Gloves are back on.
Okay.
Okay, so Dean, that wasn't bad.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I thought it was okay.
It was all right. I wouldn't even say. Okay, it was not bad. Let's just keep it that. Okay.
You would say
don't
you didn't hate it.
Nah, I didn't say that either.
Okay.
So don't. Yeah, you keep trying to put words into my mouth, and that's not working for you.
No.
So yeah, again, kid gloves are on. It was another week of attempts, right? And that's what this is all about.
Exactly. It's what it's all about.
Yeah, is attempting to better yourself.
I'm trying to make a solid 5 minutes of comedy. I think I might be at 0 seconds so far, but hopefully.
No, okay. So do you count the time that you have to walk up to the mic, or does it start once you get to the mic?
It starts. Well, okay. Here's the thing: if I'm walking up to the mic and I trip over a chair, that's comedy. So that could be counted.
That would make me laugh. If you tripped over a chair, I would laugh.
Yeah, especially if you were the one that put it there.
Right. And I would be the one that put it there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it would be more of a stool, so you didn't see it.
No. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And it would be if it's a stool, maybe it'd be a little higher and it'd hit my knee, just really, really hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know what? Let's just say another week. Improve. Take the stuff that I told you before. Those critiques. Fine. You take those and do something with it. Okay.
Right. Okay. So another week of Is Dean Funny and another week of no.
another week of... See, that puts a negative spin on it. Another week of...
You're a very positive person.
I am.
Yeah,
I do pride myself in being positive.
Yeah.
So it's not another week of nothing. It's another week of an attempt of betterment. Okay. So
is Dean funny? Not yet.
not yet. Not yet. And that's I think that's better than saying no. Not
Right.
yet means
Because
that there
could be potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You have you as minuscule as it is right now, you have potential to be funny.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this. I'm going to go get myself a drawing board. I'm going to throw mine away.
Yeah,
go get myself a drawing board and start over again for next week.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
Yeah, these segments help build my character. They help me become a better person. So I'm also looking forward to it.
And you know what? It brings me happiness that I'm the one who gets to help you do that.
Yeah, of
You're
course.
welcome.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you haven't thanked me yet, and that hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I feel like
from the bottom of my heart, thank
Okay.
you. It is very, very helpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so I think it's maybe time that we give the name of the... we missed a shot. Shot, everyone.
Oh, we missed a couple.
Yeah. Okay, I think we maybe missed 10. So if you were falling behind,
Just chug it.
just take that bottle, throw it back.
Yeah.
And when you're done,
Get a new bottle.
no, because we're going to give the name now. You don't need any more bottle. It's over
but
now.
we have 10 seconds before they have to take another shot right now.
Okay, so chug the bottle and then open up a new one just to pour one.
So it's ready to go for next time.
And yeah, what if I sneak it in right
Shot.
before and then they just have...
There you
Okay.
go.
It didn't
Nope,
make it. Didn't get
so
it in.
they have to take that other one. And now we can tell them what it is.
Okay, so it was your pick. I'll let you take the reins here.
Thank you. Yes, it was my pick, and I chose Scrubs, the sitcom.
Yes.
I remember...
Wait, Scrubs, the sitcom, not Scrubs, the article of clothing.
Correct.
Okay,
So
you
if
didn't
sat
choose...
there and just looked at a pair of Scrubs for...
Yeah.
Well, so the ending was a two-parter, then first episode was just one, so you're looking at about an hour. So if you sat there for like an hour just looking at a pair of Scrubs, that would not be funny. So
Okay.
Scrubs, the show, is funny. Looking at a pair of Scrubs is like listening
funny.
to your jokes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Right, the joke isn't there.
Yeah, I got it. Scrubs the show.
Yeah, sorry, the glove slipped
Scrubs the
off
sitcom.
there for a second.
Yeah. Maybe just put those back on for the rest.
They're
of the
on.
podcast.
They're on. Okay, so
Okay.
they're small, and we established at the beginning that I have big hands, so I kind of have to keep my hands scrunched up.
Right, the glove didn't fit.
No.
No.
I need to get bigger kid gloves. I need to get big kid gloves.
Right.
Yeah. So I chose Scrubs. I remember really getting into it in high school,
Mm-hmm.
but I had watched, I think, just about every episode before I had Sarah, my wife, binge watch the whole thing with me. So I know for sure.
Okay,
I know
very
for sure
nice.
I've seen every episode.
Yeah.
And I know I've seen a lot of them twice.
A couple times. Yeah.
So after hearing that, you probably already know my feelings on it. That I've watched them a couple of times, and
Yeah, it's like...
I despise the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely hate it. This is not.
Yeah, it's completely for making fun of purpose is why you watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I said, first episode is just a single episode called My First Day, and the final episode, and we also need to bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
For people who try and follow along with the show, with our podcast, let me say it like that, with the podcast.
Okay.
If
We still haven't learned.
Right. If they want to follow along with us, they need to watch the first and the last episodes. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, it might be confusing when you go online and you look up Scrubs and you see the first episode, okay, season 1, episode 1. And the last
Easy.
episode, you see this weird season 9. And you're thinking, what is that? What is that? From everything
Yeah,
that I've
what
heard
is that?
before, this show ends with season 8.
the last episode of season 8 is called finale.
Right. My finale. How does that make sense? If
How is
there's
there
a
more?
finale, is this like an epilogue? No, it's not. It's something completely different. And don't ever watch it. If you've never seen an episode, never click on it ever.
Okay, I didn't.
Good. That's all I ask.
Yeah, because you directed me.
I did direct you.
Saying, and then I watched that my finale, and a thought popped into my mind that was, how is there another season after this?
So the show was still popular, and they wanted
course.
to continue it. The network, well, it went to a different network, I think.
Okay.
And even the creator said, no, this is a different, he didn't even want to call it Scrubs. He wanted to have like a Scrubs medical school thing. Just different type. I hate even talking about it because it is so bad.
Right. To me, it's like when you meet up with an old friend and you go out for coffee and you have a great time and it's really nice and amazing and you're just like, this guy was great. I just really enjoyed my time. You say goodbye, you hug him, see you sometime later, and then you realize you're parked right next to each other. So you have to make that walk all the way from the coffee house to your car. And
you try and fall back
it's already
a little
done.
bit.
It's already done. You've already ended it perfectly. And now you have to have this awkward walk. And then that's the worst time of your whole get together.
Yep.
Was that walk
And
to
that's
the car.
the only part
and
you'll
then
ever remember.
And then the casual, okay, see you later, once you're getting into your car. That's season 9.
Exactly. You've had your goodbyes, and now you're going to have a see you later? What?
Yeah. No. Why?
What? There is such a thing as saying goodbye too early, people.
Yeah.
But when you do say goodbye, that's it. Just be done.
That should be it.
And I was lying before. I love this show. I'm going to get it out of the way right now. I absolutely love this show.
You should get it out of the way.
I am going to get it out of the way. In fact, I did get it out of the way.
You know what? I'm going to get mine out of the way too. I've never seen any Scrubs before.
Nope.
And the first episode was good. And I wanted to watch more of it. And the last episode, we talk about good finales and we talk about bad finales.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about great finales and we talk about horrible finales. Right. And this was a great one.
Okay. You're scaring me here. Like you kept bringing up the different adjectives here, and I didn't know where you were going to go.
Yeah, suspense. Was creating suspense. It was good, right?
I felt the suspense, so I know the listeners felt it.
It's great. It's a great finale. Really good.
Okay, so episode 1 starts up. John Dorian, he's a doctor, new doctor.
JD.
JD. He has, it's his first day at Sacred Heart Medical Hospital. I just know it's Sacred Heart. And and he knows what he is supposed to, he has all the training of being, that comes along with being a doctor. Yeah. But actually implementing it, he has difficulties with.
So, right. He's done all these procedures on dummies before and whatever whatever they use when you're in school, but he's not so comfortable doing it on an actual human being.
No.
Yeah.
So there's JD, and then there's his best friend Turk.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been friends pretty much forever. They were
best buds.
Yep, best buds. They got accepted to the same hospital. They were in school together. They roomed together. And JD doesn't want that to go away. He wants to continue that. And so he wants the two of them to get an apartment together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Turk is he's a surgeon. JD's the doctor, and Turk is the surgeon. And they established that there are two very different types of people. So the surgeons stay with the surgeons, doctors stay with the doctors. Okay?
Right. The surgeons are kind of the bros.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. Then there's Elliot Reed. She pops in. She's at sort of like the same level as JD. She's new. She definitely will throw other people under the bus to get what she wants.
Yeah. She's very competitive.
There's Carla, who puts Elliot in her place.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great
She's
part.
a nurse who's been at the hospital for some period of time. For now, she's already been there.
It seems like she's always there, and she always has
Right,
been.
she's seasoned at this point.
Yeah.
She calls JD Bambi.
Yeah, very nice.
Then there's Dr. Cox, who is an asshole, really.
Yes, he definitely is, and yet likable.
Yes, absolutely. He's
a few rants in, I was like, this guy is a big jerk, and I think I'm not supposed to like him, but I like him.
Right. So there's also Dr. Kelso. He's in charge of the hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
And JD thinks that, this is the guy, because Dr. Kelso comes off as a really nice guy. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
JD thinks that, this is gonna be my my father figure. He's gonna help me along. He's gonna hold my hand through this, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work out like that.
That is not Dr. Kelso.
No. So eventually, we get to this point where JD wants to put one of the patients on the liver transplant list. And Dr. Kelso says, no, let's keep the patient on dialysis for now and see what happens. And JD's like, okay, fine. Well, later, JD pushes that subject of actually, and he actually puts her on the list. And Dr. Kelso pretty much unveils himself.
Yeah.
And he says the reason that she is not on that list is because she does not have insurance.
Yeah.
And if you don't have insurance, you're out the door. We're not helping you.
Yeah, exactly.
So he sees it more as a business.
Yeah.
You have to make money. So JD realizes that he's not going to be that father figure that he was hoping for.
Yeah, he realizes that even though Dr. Cox is rough, he is there to help people.
Because they get there's a code whatever, and they have to rush to it, and JD has to do this procedure. I don't even know. I don't know anything about medical stuff.
I'm not sure. He sliced and stuck a tube into a guy's chest. That's all I remember.
And he can't do it. And we've been establishing that he can't.
Can't do
well,
it.
Dr. Cox just tells him you can do this, and he does it. And JD realizes, maybe this is the guy that I need to be.
Maybe I just needed that toughness to get me to do it.
And there's a perfect moment right after where Dr. Cox says, all right, it's yours, take it away. And JD's working on the guy, and Dr. Cox goes to pat him on the back. And he's like, no, never mind.
And then he does, he's like, I don't do that stuff.
Yeah. That was, I absolutely loved that moment.
Yeah. So this pilot, I think it's a really good episode. Yeah. I think it does a good job of setting up like the characters there, and you get the feel of everyone. And it's really funny, but it also puts in like these emotional moments. Like his first patient that's like nice to him ends up dying in that first episode.
This show does that often. And they start off right away with it.
They start off right away. It's in the finale too, where you got these funny moments, and then you got these actually just really heartwarming moments, and it feels really real. It makes it feel like life, because that's what happens, right? You're joking around, but then there's terrible things happening. But then you still carry on, like you still are carrying on with your day, and you got to go to the next thing, right? You can't just let that one thing get you down. You got to go to the next thing. So it was really enjoyable. They got all these. The comedy of it is a little bit strange. They have all these cutscene things. Yeah. Which is fine. It's good. Right. I just think they didn't all the cutscenes things didn't hit as much. Sure. And in the finale, it seems like that's kind of been watered down. Like they would maybe make the same kind of jokes, but they don't really cut to a weird scene. Right. They just more build it into the character.
Right. So, the scene that they cut to is like in JD's head, how he sees.
Oh, definitely. Scene. Yeah. I guess I should say that. Yeah, it's just like, that's why it's weird. It's like the situation he's in, like it'll cut to him with antlers on and a truck coming at him because he's a deer in the headlights. Right. Like that kind of stuff. So I thought a lot of them were good, and I thought a couple of them missed, but like it was fine. It definitely enhanced the episode and gave it its unique feel.
Yeah, you definitely get a feel for JD like immediately
Yeah.
in this show.
Well, and we just had a show where I criticized the inner monologue
Right.
in Quantum Leap because it was basically just exposition. It was just telling us what we can see. JD's was not. It was giving us his personality. It was telling us what he thinks of the situation. So it was actually used very, very well.
Exactly.
Which is interesting because we just did it. We just did a show that had inner monologue and just criticized it. And
Well,
then
I mean, it didn't
this
add
is where
anything to the show.
it did not at all. It almost brought it, and when it doesn't add anything, it makes it feel like it's bringing it
Yeah.
down. And this was used perfectly. It added a lot to the show. It gave us, like you said, we know who JD is basically right away.
And I think they do a really good job with, by the end of the episode, end of that first episode, you pretty much have a good grasp of all the characters
Definitely,
in the
yeah.
show. We didn't mention the janitor who's fixing the door, and JD says he's fixing the sliding door, and JD says, "Oh, maybe there's a penny stuck in it." And the janitor says, "What? Did you put a penny in it?"
Yeah, why did you put one there?
And he's like, "No, I was just saying maybe there was one." And he's like, "I'm watching you. If I find a penny in here, it's on."
Yeah, I like that. If I find a penny in here, I'm coming for you.
So yeah, the janitor, you really know Dr. Kelso, who comes off as the nice guy, but he's a dick. Dr. Cox, who's a dick, but is a nice guy.
Right, yeah.
It establishes that there's a potential relationship budding for JD and Elliot. But at the end of the episode, well, throughout the episode, it changes. At first, you're like, oh, maybe they will get together. Then later, she screws him over, and he calls off the date. Which, that scene in the closet is great. So they call out a code, and they run into the closet. The two of them run into the closet because they're terrified of it. They don't want to deal with it.
They don't want to get to that code.
Right. And she had already screwed him over earlier, and he's like, it's done, the date's over. And she's like, oh, you mean you still don't want me? And she's like, starts to come on to him. He's like, oh, maybe. Yeah. And she pulls back. She's like,
he's like, well, okay. Yeah. Just using it against him. She knows she has it over him.
Absolutely. And so by the end of the episode, though, she helps him with getting an autopsy for...
Yeah. Which was something that was very hard for him, getting an autopsy for that old man who he had connected with and then ended up passing away.
Right. So
that was a nice thing for her to do, and then you can see, oh, okay, you know what, this is maybe going to go somewhere. They aren't just going to fight the whole time.
Right. And then the last thing to really bring up is Turk does decide to move in with JD.
Yeah.
He had been somewhat questioning it before, but by the end of it, he says, yes, I'm moving in with you. I already took the key out of your backpack.
Yeah. And then he's standing in the doorway, and he's just like,
I love you.
And then, like, everyone gives him a weird look, and he just giggles and like, walks away. I just thought that was so, like, perfect.
They have
it's
the
just
best
funny.
relationship.
Yeah, really, they do. It really feels kind of real.
Right. Even
their
so
reactions.
Let's get to the last episode. And at this point, even their significant others, so Turk is now with Carla, and JD is with Elliot, and even they question where they fall in their like likeness of them.
Yeah.
So like because JD and Turk, they're inseparable. They are together. Sure. And one of the things that Carla says is, can you tell me that my husband loves me as more than he loves you? And I think JD says something like, well, he loves you as much.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's the same. Like, yeah, that's good. Let's just get to like the overview of the last episode, because I think the structure of it and the idea they had is what makes it so perfect. And it's JD's last day at the hospital, and so he's built up in his head like, last days, this is my, this is it, this is big, everyone's going to be so sad I'm leaving and have all these meaningful goodbyes. And that's not really like how life always works. He goes into the hospital, and not all the things are going as he planned. No one seems to really care, except for his close friends, that he's leaving. He's not having any of these big moments he thought he was having. And it's just, it's really good of they even make a joke on like sitcoms how I thought it was going to be like the last episode of a sitcom
Right.
where it was like all amazing and there's going to be music playing and I was going to shut off the lights as I leave. And I like that it made it a little more real.
Right.
And it wasn't just like things still ended up working out.
Yeah.
But because they set it up as it's not really going to be exactly what you want, so accept what you're going to get. That's why all those things paid off in the end.
Exactly. So just let's go to like each character here and how they interact with JD.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Dr. Cox, who we've already established he's an asshole.
Yeah.
But he also has that nice side too. And JD is expecting, after all their time together, after all the crap that Dr. Cox has given him, that he would get that final good job, champ. You know?
Yeah, exactly. He'd get like he thinks of him maybe as a fatherly figure, he'd get the pat on the back. Great work.
And Dr. Cox tells him that's not happening. You're not getting. That's
No.
not who I am. That's never who I am. And that's not what I'm going to do.
And like this book that JD gave him was just hilarious. JD gives him as a gift on the last day a book with all of the like terrible things that Dr. Cox has said to
And he
him
rates
over
them.
the years.
One-
And he rates them of how much they hurt him. And then like you can bring that up. He brings that up later when Dr. Cox says things to him and he just says, "Oh, you can put that in the book and rate it a 5."
Right.
Like things like that. It was really great.
Yeah. So there's also his goodbye with Turk. I mean, they'll still see each other because they're friends, but they won't be working together.
Yeah, so that was also funny.
Because they did the
Because
goodbye
Turk-
too early.
Yeah, Turk says goodbye as soon as he gets to the hospital. He has a big banner for him, and they say goodbye right away. And then they're still going to see each other during the day at work. And so they realize they've said goodbye too early. So then every time they see each other, they have to make a big hug out and goodbye.
Right. They have to match that enthusiasm.
Max,
every time.
the intensity of the first goodbye.
And every time they hug, and JD says something like, "Oh, you smell like a weightlifter," or
Yeah.
"You smell like it's hot outside."
He smells a lot of things when he hugs people. He's always commenting on what people smell
Oh,
like.
who does he hug? And he says it smells like regret.
I can't
Yeah, I can't
remember.
remember that one, but it smells like regret.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has that with Turk. Elliot, he now lives with. So there's a little bit of a, it's sad we're not going to be working together anymore, but I'll still see you at home.
Yeah.
Then
Again, a great plot line for them in the show is that she's been slowly moving her stuff in and not telling him about it. So they live together, but like he didn't know till this morning.
Right. Then Dr. Kelso, he has. So at some point in the series, he's retired, he's just been hanging around at the hospital. He hangs out in the coffee shop all the time. Well, now he wants to go. He questions going back to work, and so he leaves, and he does give JD a goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's nice. He does. Well, even right before that, there's people in the hospital looking down, waving goodbye, and he's like, "Oh, it's so nice. Thank you for this." And then Kelso comes up. He's like, "No, that's for me.
They're waving for me because I stole a table from the cafeteria or the coffee shop or whatever." Yeah.
Yeah. Then with the janitor, JD finally, the whole time the janitor's trying to get JD to admit that he put the penny in there because he has the penny on a necklace.
Yeah, from way back in the first episode, he's wearing the penny on a necklace.
And so he tells him, admit it. He tries to surprise him because he thinks if he can surprise him, the person's more likely to admit to doing it.
Right.
And so finally JD says, "Yes, it was me. I accidentally dropped a penny into the door." And the janitor says, "I know. I saw you do it." I saw it happen.
The whole time it was just a test of character.
Right, and he failed.
He was like, and you failed. It's been 8 seasons and you haven't admitted to putting that penny in the door.
And then JD asks him, "It's been all these years and you never told me your name." And the janitor says, "You never asked. You never asked me what my name was." And so he tells him, "My name's Glenn Matthews." Or Glenn Matthews, something like that. And they have their little goodbye. and then JD walks away, and another guy walks up, and he says, "Hi, Otis."
Hey,
Or-
Tommy.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I think it was Tommy.
yeah,
or
just
something,
the
yeah.
other, like a different name, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" So
Yeah.
JD still doesn't know his name.
No, he had just told him the wrong name. That guy, that janitor was
Yeah, he was.
hilarious. Yeah.
So you mentioned before, there's also sad moments to this show, and one
Yeah,
of them is
yeah.
JD has it's like his last patient, and it's
Yeah.
an elderly woman who has Huntington's disease, so it's a degenerative brain thing. Eventually she's going to eventually it'll kill her. It'll take her.
Yeah. And it's her, and her son is there with her,
Right.
and the disease is genetic.
Yes. So he has a
So
50% chance of having
He
it.
has a 50% chance of having it. And that moment when JD has to tell him is just, it's
Right.
very, it's one of those like scenes that'll get you. It'll make you,
Yeah. And
it'll make you choke down, swallow hard.
Right. What's so smart about
Yeah.
it, though, is JD says, we can test you for it. And he's like, okay, well, if we
Yeah.
test it, can we do something about it? And he says, no, I can only tell you what your future will be. We can't do anything about it. And so the guy decides, no, I don't want it to happen. I don't want the test. And what's really smart is even if you know, you're not going to do anything. Like, you can't do anything about it. And JD is trying to figure out the whole time what's going to happen in his future. And he doesn't know what it'll be like. He has expectations for what it could be, but he doesn't know for sure. No one knows for sure what it'll be like.
Yeah.
And so those parallels were really smart for me. I like
It was really smart because that's what was really scaring JD.
Right.
Was he wanted this goodbye to be epic, but he was really just wanted to focus on the last day because he doesn't really know what's coming up after.
Exactly.
And yeah, it was actually really good. I had to pause it and have a discussion with Laura at that moment because we were talking about how it's kind of a Schrodinger's cat situation.
Right.
Where you have a 50-50 chance of having it. As long as you don't hear if you have it, your future can
Right,
be
because
anything.
he says if you hear it, that's not something you can unknow. Like, you can't take that back. Now,
So
did you pose
when
that question to her? Would she have the test, or did you just talk about it?
we kind of just talked through the pros and cons each
Okay.
way. I don't think we made it. We didn't
What would you
decide
do?
which one we would do. I
This is hard. I mean, it's hard.
I think the type of person I am would be exactly like that son right away. I would be like, I don't want to know. But then if it came time to, like, I want to have kids, then I think I would want to know.
Right.
Because you want to know if you are going to be passing it on or not.
Yeah. I would pretty much be in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't change anything. I can't do anything about it.
Exactly. So, but like hearing that you didn't have it would be great.
Right. So do you live with the unknown or get
Yeah.
that potentially devastating news that will destroy your life?
Yeah, I'd keep the cat in the box instead of killing it.
Right. So it's the end of the day and JD is heading out. And he still has not gotten his goodbye from Dr. Cox.
Yeah.
And so what he does is he says goodbye to him, and he doesn't really give him anything. So JD walks away, and one of the younger doctors, who's because it's a teaching hospital too, so one of the younger doctors says something like, "I don't know why he was making such a big fuss out of his last day. It's not, whatever. He's not
Right,
any
no
better
big
than
deal."
The rest of us." And
Yeah.
Dr. Cox hears that, and he says, "No, JD is the best doctor who's ever come through here. And he just talks him up. He's like, he's not only a great
Big
doctor,
time.
he's a great person." And the whole
Yeah.
time JD has snuck around, so he's standing behind Dr. Cox, and he hears everything.
Yeah, exactly what he needed. He just needed to hear something from Dr.
And
Cox.
he gives him a hug. Dr. Cox
Yeah.
allows him to hug him.
Yeah.
And as he walks away, he tells the young doctor, "You delivered your line perfectly." She's like, "Thanks, I'd practice it."
Yeah, which was hilarious because I don't know if you saw this, but after the finale is a two-parter, and she has a line in the first part, and right after the episode ends, they do like outtakes, and she messed up the
Right.
line. And then they're like, they were joking about giving the line to someone else in those outtakes. And then when they get to the second part, they kind of use it and they say, oh, good job, you remembered your line. It was really funny.
Yeah. So JD is walking out of the hospital. This is it. He's done. He's walking out, and he starts to see everyone from his past. So the first one to come up is Tom Cavanaugh, his brother, in the show.
Okay, yeah.
And then there's women who he's had relationships with throughout the show. People who have died. People who we knew on the show but have died. Their characters have died through the show, and then he gets to this hallway leading to the door, and it's just filled with everyone like throughout the show.
The hallway is just lined with people all the way down both sides.
And of course it's all in his head. They go back to that.
They're not
JD
all
is
waiting
seeing
for him.
things.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice goodbye for the entire show.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know any of these people, but I was like tearing up in this scene.
I tear up every time I watch this episode.
It was really, really amazing. It was really well done.
And of course there's much more when you've seen the whole show, because you actually know who these people are, but even then you don't need it.
True, but we're at like the end of the finale, so by this time I'm basically an expert, so that's why I could feel all the feelings.
Exactly. But and so you think it's over when he's going to walk outside, but he steps out, and they had put up a sheet by the door, by the entryway, that had said "Goodbye, JD" on it. Well, now he's standing on the other side, and Peter Gabriel's Book of Love starts playing, and there's it's like a projector playing on the screen.
On the sheet.
Yeah, on the sheet. And it's showing what his life could be like after that. So
This was brilliant.
Yeah.
Watching what your life could be like on a projector of the back of your going away banner, I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
And again, this scene made me tear up.
It's so
just
heartwarming,
like seeing what could happen.
But also hilarious. So JD and Elliot get married. And what I like is it's not, this is what happens. Flash forward 10 years, this is what happens. No, this is what could happen.
Yeah, because it's all about taking that next step, right? Which is a lot about what him being a doctor is about. Going to a patient, having a rough one, having a bad time with that patient, then having to move on to the next and having to remember that next guy's name and remember what that guy has.
Exactly.
Like, it's about that next step.
Right. So he sees, he gets married to Elliot. Then there's they're getting together on Christmas. So it's Carla, Turk, Elliot, JD. They're all together. And then Dr. Cox comes with his wife, with Jordan and their kids.
Yeah.
And it's a whole nice get together. And then their kid, Turk's kid and JD's kid, they grow up together. And then they get engaged, and JD's Turk and JD's reaction is just fantastic.
It's so
They're
good.
so happy that their kids are engaged. JD faints twice.
Perfect. Yeah.
You get Dr. Cox. JD gets to hug Dr. Cox again. I love when they walk up to the door and Turk and JD are wearing shirts. One says Merry, the other says Christmas, and they turn around and it says Perry and then an exclamation.
Yeah. And he hates that.
Oh, of course he hates it.
Yeah.
But everything about that scene is fantastic. It's so perfect.
Yeah, it's
and
really
the music,
good.
I mean, that music really helps too.
And I actually noticed this a lot during the first and the last episode. The music is always well placed and well selected.
Yeah. So that's Scrubs. Scrubs ends there. It ends with season 8.
That's it. Yeah.
And it was my so the episode, my finale was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
It was. Yeah. It was really,
Let's
really
get
good.
to Hero 0.
Okay, I'm going to make it quick and easy. I'm just going to go Heroes JD. I liked him a lot.
Okay.
And 0 is Dr. Kelso.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I did not like the rant he had, obviously in the first episode.
Right.
And then in the last episode he's okay, but I don't get a great feeling from him. I don't like him too much.
All right. So my hero is also JD. Because I mean, he's the one that you in these 2 episodes, he's the one you definitely get the most attached to. He's the main character. There's
For
other
sure,
characters
yeah.
that
And you're
I
in his
love
head.
throughout the series, like Dr. Cox
Yeah.
might be my favorite in the show. But just going off of these 2 episodes here, JD is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
And my least favorite, and which is again just based off of these 2 episodes, is Dr. Kelso. Like, he turns you off so much at the beginning, making it all about money. Like, you could potentially save this person's life, but the person doesn't have insurance, so it doesn't matter. Get out.
So you show them the door.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So off of these 2
There you go.
episodes, JD and Dr. Kelso.
Okay. We are aligned. I wonder how our ratings are aligning.
Let's have you go first. Rating this show, and you've never seen an episode before, and I'm only going to rate it off of these 2 episodes too.
Okay. I really, really just love that finale, and the pilot was good enough for me to want to watch the next week if I was watching it week to week. So for me, it was fantastic and a great experience, and I'm giving it a 9. Yeah.
Dean. You give it a 9.
Yeah.
I also give it a 9. We've matched up. We
All
matched
right.
up on everything here. Hero, 0, and rating.
I mean, we're starting to just really align. I think maybe there doesn't need to be 2 of us anymore.
No. So from now
We're picking
on,
the same heroes. We're picking the same zeros. We're doing the same ratings. There really doesn't need
it's
to be
just
2
super
of us.
repetitive for the listener.
Yeah.
And sorry, guys and gals. But all right, let's get out of here.
Later.